All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to crack one of the toughest codes for anyone learning Japanese, the difference between the particles wa and ga. If you've ever felt tripped up by these, trust me, you are in the right place.
You know that feeling, right? You're staring at a sentence, totally stumped on whether to use wa or ga. It's one of the most common hurdles for sure. But the solution is actually surprisingly simple.
You see, getting a handle on these two little words is about way more than just grammar. It's the key to expressing nuanced, natural-sounding Japanese that really communicates what you mean.
And here's the secret. The solution is probably way simpler than you've been led to believe. It all boils down to one single core concept: understanding the difference between a topic and a subject.
So, let's get right to it. We're calling this the Golden Rule. Seriously, if you only remember one thing from this entire explainer, this is it.
First up, we've got wa. I want you to think of wa as your topic marker. It literally sets the stage. It's your way of telling the listener, hey, listen up, this is what we're talking about now. A fantastic little mental trick is to always translate it in your head as for, or speaking of.
Now, ga is totally different. Ga is your subject marker. If wa is setting the stage, ga comes in and shines this big, bright spotlight on a specific actor on that stage. It identifies new, important info and answers that unspoken question of who or what.
Okay, so let's just lock this in one more time. Wa introduces the general theme, think, as for this. But ga points out the specific key piece of information. This is the one. Stage versus spotlight. That's the heart of it right there.
And this classic example illustrates that idea perfectly. Let's look at the famous elephant sentence. Zo wa hana ga nagai desu. Here, wa sets the stage, as for the elephant. Okay, now we're all thinking about elephants. Then, ga shines the spotlight on the specific new information. The nose is long. Not the ears, not the tail, the nose. See how they work together to build the meaning?
Okay, so we've got the golden rule down. Now let's put it to the test. We're going to look at 4 super common scenarios you'll see out in the wild all the time.
So here's our roadmap. We're going to cover how wa and ga handle introducing new information, creating emphasis, forming questions, and making contrasts. Think of this as your cheat sheet for the next few minutes.
All right, enough theory. Let's see this stuff in action. First up, introducing information. The rule here is actually pretty simple. When you bring something or someone new into the conversation for the very first time, you use ga. But once they're on stage and everyone knows who you're talking about, you switch to wa.
This is so clear when you look at storytelling. In step 1, makashi makashi oji-san ga imashita, we use ga because we're shining a spotlight on this old man for the first time. He's new information. But in the very next sentence, Oji-san wa totemo shinsete deshita, he's now the known topic on our stage, so we use wa to add more detail about him.
Okay, next scenario, emphasis. And this is where it gets really cool and powerful. Both particles can add emphasis, but they do it in completely opposite ways. Ga puts stress on the subject, while wa puts stress on what's being said about the subject.
Just look at this comparison. It's amazing. If you say watashi ga ikimasu, you're shining that spotlight right on I. It means I am the one who will go, not Bob, not Sarah, me. But if you say watashi wa ikimasu, you're putting me on the stage as the topic and emphasizing the action. As for me, I will go. The whole feeling of the sentence changes just by swapping that one particle.
All right, now for questions. This one is a super clear-cut rule, which is nice, right? When your question word, like who, what, or which, is the actual subject you're asking about, it always takes ga. And guess what? The answer follows the exact same rule.
For example, you ask, dare ga kimashita ka? The question word dare, or who, is the subject we need to identify. So of course, it gets the ga spotlight. We need to find out who came.
And the answer just fills in that blank, using the exact same particle. Tanaka-san ga kimashita. We're still using that spotlight, but now it's shining on Mr. Tanaka as the answer.
And for our final scenario, let's talk about contrast. Whenever you want to compare two things, wa is going to be your best friend.
It's perfect for setting up one topic and then setting up a second to show how they're different.
This sentence nails it. ビールは飲みますが、ワインは飲みません. First, we use wa to put beer on stage. As for beer, I drink it. Then we use wa again to switch the topic to wine and show the contrast. But as for wine, I don't drink it. Simple and clear.
So as you can probably tell by now, this whole thing, it's not just about memorizing grammar rules, is it? Understanding wa and ga is really about unlocking a brand new level of expression in your Japanese.
Let's bring it all home. If you're ever stuck, just come back to this core image. Wa sets the stage for the conversation. Ga shines the spotlight on the key player. You know, getting this right isn't about passing a test. It's about that leap from just making statements to really telling stories, making points, and expressing yourself just like a native speaker would. So I'm going to leave you with this question. You now have the key to the code. So take a look back at the Japanese you've written or spoken before. How does this new understanding change it? What new, subtle meanings can you go out and express right now?